There is a plethora of leaks available for Modern Warfare 2, so much so that we're getting an intriguingly vivid mold constructed in front of our very eyes. Lately, we've heard about some really cool field upgrades and equipment, also some leaked screenshots from various maps in MW2, maps that will be somewhat 3-lane based. And parkour is going to exist in the form of sliding undercover, dolphin diving through windows, and potentially onto ropes, giving us more momentum. Kind of like tack sprinting. Plus, there's Nathan Draking, which for you uncultured non-PlayStation Sony Pony fans is scaling up walls at insane verticalities. It's much like Polina's mission from the Vanguard campaign. This also could entail some form of modernized jetpack Call of Duty wall running, which would honestly be a dream come true for me, man. Just throw a grappling hook onto a rooftop and run along a cliff or a skyscraper window. It's brilliant. And these could easily fit into the 3 leaked playstyles MW2 will offer. Stalker, which is a strategic playstyle, Rusher, which is pretty self-explanatory, and Sentinel, which is campy or defending types of playstyles. As we know now through Infinity Ward devs talking to huge COD influencers, these 3 playstyles are the main pillars around MW2's design philosophy, meaning this game is meant to cater to all common playstyles, much like MW19. This time around, the devs' words can't be taken out of context, misconstrued, exaggerated, and even changed entirely. No one said anything about safe spaces this year, yet. But just remember, if the majority of the maps are in this beloved 3-lane style, this means campers and lane watchers will have less variables to worry about too. No one said anything about porous maps either, so there's going to be less flank routes than something like Razna Raid and El Rab Airbase. Hopefully these maps are not dumbed down to COD World War II's map design, but how does all of this relate back to equipment? I'm glad you asked. My name is Matsuki, and welcome to MW2 traps, field upgrades, and equipment we could potentially see, and how they could fit into one of these playstyle pillars. Enjoy, like, and subscribe. So I have a lot of new equipment concepts that I'd like to see in COD, which haven't seen the light of day. And these don't include the already confirmed new equipment, like the DDoS EMP and the Bunker Buster drill grenade field upgrades, or the TAC camera and the inflatable decoy tactical equipment. Some of my own include reworked versions of the confirmed shiz, but let's jump right into the new concepts first. Do you guys recall Torque from Black Ops 4? He was the guy with the free recharging microwave shield kill streak, but more importantly, he was the man with razor wire specialist equipment. If you ever played BO4, he was very annoying, often requiring players to equip launchers onto their pick 10 loadouts in a game without mid-match class customization. Not to mention you could only start out with 5 or so loadout slots instead of the default 10 nowadays with Vanguard, Cold War, and Modern Warfare. The main goal of anyone using this operator was to block lanes on very linear maps, making it incredibly easy to camp with a Thermal Titan or free strobe light shotgun secondary. Tedious mother trucker. But what I've come up with is a useful yet non-map breaking device called the Spike Strips. I feel that Spike Strips would be a great field upgrade addition to MW2 because they directly affect vehicle play rather than blocking lanes for players. You'd unfold this strip of spikes on the ground so that score streaks like the Wilson or RCXD and other vehicles like the quad, truck, and cars get their tires popped, if ran over. For players, all you have to do is jump over this thin row of spikes to not take damage yourself. Fuck you and your razor wire Torque. I welcome the Spike Strip with open arms to you, MW2. Next up we got the Bear Trap, which I know a lot of my subscribers really want in MW2 alongside myself. Aesthetically, these things look gnarly as heck, but also I think we have this sadistic desire to set one up in tall grass, sit back with a sniper, and pick off some unfortunate kids screaming into their mic.
Can't even build, bro. I usually don't build when I want to build. Can't, cause everyone's destroying my tower.
Let's do this.
I think these traps could kind of work like the Cairo mine in Infinite Warfare, but what I'd like to see them do is put players into a last stand state with their pistol out. During this phase, I'd give them the option to either pry the traps open by spamming the interact button 10 times in a row, or fend off any enemies with their sidearm while very slowly taking damage from the trap on their leg. If that's a little too tedious, maybe just aiming down at the trap and shooting both hinges would be a fast and fun alternative. Now hopefully you have a suppressor on your pistol, otherwise that action could be a bit loud. Unless you happen to have this next piece of equipment on hand, and that is the oil can suppressor. This thing was a pretty useless gimmick in MW19, but I think making it a piece of tactical equipment you can just attach to your gun on the fly would be a very balanced and interactive extra attachment for your decked out guns. You get the benefit of stealth without sacrificing an actual weapon attachment, however your vision is somewhat hindered, and I think this oil can should absolutely fly off of a primary weapon after unloading maybe 60 or so bullets. This would be semi-realistic, but it would still offer a fun gameplay dynamic. Pistols, on the other hand, should just never make the oil can fly off. Next up, we have something that hits a little bit closer to home, and that's the tactical body pillow. This lethal melee weapon is a pillowcase filled with bricks, suitable for smacking the shiz out of unsuspecting anti-WEEABOO targets. Wait, why is this here on my Modern Warfare 2 equipment wish list? This asset must have leaked through that World War II shooter Vanguard. What a grotesque and wretched idea I didn't come up with, unironically. Anywho, next up we have a really useful piece of tactical equipment I could really see rushers using over something like stim shots, and that's the toggleable manual gas mask. What inspired me for this one in particular was the rage-inducing gunfight intruding lootable gas mask in Warzone. For the first couple years of Warzone, this gas mask would forcefully apply itself or take itself off whenever you pass through the gas storm circle, even while you're aiming down sights and in the middle of a heated gunfight. Later on, the developers did make this animation less of an interference, but I still want this feature reworked entirely, and even brought back into actual classic COD multiplayer. So for MW2, I want this gas mask to be an alternative tactical equipment to the TAC mask perk. This allows players to choose a different perk, while still having the ability to avoid pain-inducing flash wings and stun moments.
Oh, I'm glad. Oh my fucking god!
Now because this is an alternative to the TAC mask perk, the trade-off I came up with, of course, is less visibility. You ever put on a carved pumpkin in Minecraft to avoid angering Endermen when you just wanted to deeply stare into their beautiful eyes? Well, now you can, with my new and improved tinted glass gas mask. Now, I did recently hear, while making the script, that this new field upgrade called Battle Rage is going to act like an adrenaline rush that lets you infinitely refresh tac sprint, heal faster, but also make you resistant to tactical equipment. I really hope Infinity Ward can rework this a bit so that only the tac mask I've laid out can protect you from tactical equipment effects and not this Battle Rage field upgrade. In fact, I'll be tweeting at Infinity Ward about this later to hopefully inspire some sort of change for this game. You guys are welcome to do so as well, just ask kindly and constructively. Next, we have my Intel device. This radio-like device can be manually activated only after getting kills, and what it does is ping a small UAV circle around your triangle on the minimap, revealing nearby enemies. Infinite Warfare's ping trait on the Warfighter rig inspired this idea, except I wanted this device to gather up kills and release pings manually because I'd like the more kills gathered in a single life, the stronger this radar ping is. For example, if I save my ping up until I'm on a 2-kill streak, the ping will be small and only reveal dots. But if I activate my ping after saving up 12 kills, this ping will be very large and show me the direction enemies are facing to, like an advanced UAV. Please let me know what you guys think of my new Intel device tactical equipment. Last but not least, my final unconfirmed new piece of equipment is the deployable heartbeat sensor. You know how people found MWII's handheld heartbeat sensor annoying? Well, I wanted to make it harder to use for campers while kinda making it similar to Cold War's portable radar field upgrade. So my deployable heartbeat sensor looks and pings just like MWII's, but it's now on its own tripod. This means once the sensor is placed, it cannot be moved seamlessly around like its handheld counterpart. You'll have to pick it up and replace it like an MW19 turret. I don't think this heartbeat sensor should give any audio cues though. This is to enforce campers to commit to using their equipment without making that equipment too overpowered. Now, seeing that we're about 8 minutes into this video, I'm gonna make a part 2 discussing changes to already confirmed equipment, but I do want to leave you guys with something extra before ending this video. This one isn't necessarily a lethal piece of equipment, but it kind of is. Do you guys remember the MW19 Xmas stock snowball fight mode? Basically, what I'd like are some map-specific throwables with their own unique gimmicks. This gameplay in the background is from HoloPoint, aka Holo as his channel name says now, currently in 2022. This gameplay is linked in the description, so go check it out, but I wanted to show you guys what I meant here. You're able to find a pile of snowballs laying around, you can stun players briefly, and add a neat little effect to their screen when hit, and they take many hits to kill you. I'd love to see these snowballs return in MW2's snowy maps, although I don't think they ought to kill you. I think other throwables like bricks and cinder blocks could do that. I also wouldn't litter maps with bricks. I'd probably just put them high up in a power position rooftop. Again, these are just gimmicky features that could add a lot of unique character to each map. Imagine going into a kitchen and throwing some one-shot kill chef knives at intruders, or spilling a burning pot of grease onto the floor, making it extra slippery and flammable. I forgot to mention this, but I'd also love to just be able to shoot oil and jerry cans, let them spill their fluids, and then chuck a Molotov or a thermite onto it, creating a large burning wall that temporarily blocks a path for 15 seconds. This shiz would be dope as hell. I hope you guys enjoyed my equipment ideas. I hope Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games, and Treyarch, and any other cool development studio experiments more with this sort of stuff. I adore any extra effort put into maps to make them stand out. But yeah, drop a like and comment which idea was your favorite, and any new ideas you have yourself in the comments below. I'd love to read them and I'd love to see them. That's about it. I'll see you all in part 2, and peace out, homies.